Well, welcome to the orchard. This is where apples come from. But they didn't originally start here. The first apple trees were brought over and planted by the Pilgrims in Massachusetts. Caring for orchards has a long history, but there's a lot more to growing apples than meets the eye. Some apple trees don't start bearing fruit until 8 or 10 years after they've been planted, but they can live to be 100 years old. Through the power of photosynthesis, it takes the energy of 50 leaves to produce one apple. Every apple blossom needs to be individually pollinated to produce apples, and honeybees are very good at pollinating the many blossoms in an apple orchard. That's why honeybees were brought over to North America as well, to help produce high-quality and healthy apples on a grand scale. Fall is when the pollination process from earlier in the year pays off with lots of juicy apples. There are more than 2,500 varieties of apples grown in the United States, and they come in all shades of red, green, and yellow. And not only do they look different, they taste different too, and have different histories. Well, we're here at Alber's Orchard, where they have 120 varieties of apples. Every type of apple is unique, and different apples are good for making different things, like apple sauce, apple crisp, apple cider, and apple pie. My grandma Schriemer always used Northern Spy apples when making her apple pies. Remember, spies for pies. There are also apples called heirloom apples, which are special varieties of apples that have been passed down through generations and have been genetically unaltered for at least 50 to 100 years or more. Each heirloom apple has its own unique history and taste. This heirloom apple here is the same variety that President Thomas Jefferson had in his orchard, and it comes from France. This one over here is the same kind that Benjamin Franklin had in his orchard, and it came from England. History never tasted so good. At the supermarket, you'll find only a limited variety of apples, like Red Delicious, Gala, and Granny Smith. But at Alber's Orchard, the list includes many more: Hudson Golden Gem, Newton Pippin, and Calville Blanc. One of the cool things about visiting Alber's Orchard is that they put their heirloom apples in their apple cider, so every batch has its own unique flavor. You should see what cider mills and apple orchards are in your area, because sipping on some fresh hot apple cider is tasting the season of fall itself.